to follow. And yes, that is Pobelter over on Meat Playground. Still has not removed the CRS from the front of his name.
Now, the bans here so far, Anivia, Pobelter really plays a mean Anivia. He really likes that bird. He hops on top of her wings, and he soars like nothing else. Janna is a targeted ban at Erwin Booz. Not only is she a great support, Erwin Booz is a solo queue hero that only plays support.
Oh.
He has gotten up to high elo by primarily playing support, and by primarily playing support, I mean pretty much playing Janna. All the time. So very targeted ban at him. And then Malphite being banned out, another targeted ban at X Hazard. X Hazard, we saw him sub for CLG in MLG Anaheim and at the GESL, and he single-handedly brought Malphite back into the competitive scene. He was like, oh, you guys don't know about this Malphite? Let me show you something about this Malphite. Let me show you the rock, baby. and so now a targeted ban there at him. Malphite has had a few changes as of last patch, but still a very, very strong champion. So that someone you don't want to go against with his unstoppable force, his attack speed slow on his E, the seismic shard move speed reduction. Very, very scary champion there.
Yep.
First pickup from Curse is going to be Nunu. Elements has fallen in love with Nunu.
He's doing really well with Nunu. Some of those ults during the face-off qualifier finals, some of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. And which by the way, like if you're out there and you feel that the support is kind of like the low rung position on the ladder, if you feel that as a support you can't really change the game, play Nunu and get off an amazing ult.
It's absolutely incredible. Nunu, the strength of Nunu is his it's his blood boil. Increases your you and a target ally's attack speed and move speed for a little while. It's basically at the higher levels, it's up all the time.
Yeah.
Like there should never be a time when an AD carry does not have blood boil on him, as far as late game is concerned. Shyvana and Corki perhaps being picked up here from Cop and Westrice. Saint Vicious loves Shyvana. He thinks she is the #1 OP jungler ever.
Well, here's the thing, like M5, that's really Shyvana has been a really huge go-to for them since really inception. But for the most part, for most of competitive play though, a lot of teams stop playing Shyvana. But thank you Saint Vicious for continuing the tradition here. What makes Shyvana so good though?
The thing that makes Shyvana so good is her inherent tankiness. When she gets one rank of her ultimate, it gives her base armor and magic resist, and that armor and magic resist is actually doubled when she's in dragon form. And then on top of that, her burnout when she's in dragon form leaves behind kind of like a Corki Valkyrie, like burn scorched earth area.
Which if you didn't already have Corki on your team, by the way.
So what's strong about her is she just gets in there, she burnouts everywhere around you, and there's no safe ground. There's no hollowed ground after that, which is a pretty key part of Shyvana. Blitzcrank, Ezreal, Morgana, and perhaps a Mumu locked in here for Meat Playground. Now, what Meat Playground did with those first two picks, they picked up Blitz and Ezreal. Blitz is a scary, scary support. Blitzcrank will pull you, he will screw up your positioning, he will silence you so you can't get away, blah, blah, blah. They also picked up Ezreal, who is inherently kind of a counter to Blitzcrank, because whenever that fist comes, you can just arcane shift away and you'll be okay. So taking Ezreal off the table pretty much made Curse have to pick a Corki, because Corki is the only other really AD carry that has kind of a getaway like arcane shift. His Valkyrie lets him cover a lot of ground. So Meat Playground really kind of shoehorning Curse into picking a Corki, someone that has an escape from the Blitz grab right there. Last two champions locked in for Curse will be Jackie's Orianna, who has been exceptional, and looks like Vladimir is going to be played by Westrice up top. Jackie, I feel like I'm harping on Curse a lot, but I've got the inside scoop, and I can talk about them as much as possible. So please don't label me a Curse fanboy or bias or anything. But I can.
You just happen to work for him.
I can say that Saint Vicious, I can say that Saint Vicious has basically forced Jackie's hand to play Orianna, because Saint sees the potential of Orianna's ultimate and her kit as a whole, and is like, you need to play Orianna. Jackie picked her up, and he's been playing really, really well. So all the champions on Curse, I know for a fact they're all really comfortable with. They love all these champions. Westrice on Vladimir, I think, is probably maybe the most shaky of the entire team, just because he doesn't play him all that often. He's, of course, known for his dirty Akali, and he's a really good Jax and Darius and stuff like that. So we'll see how the Vladimir works for him. As far as Meat Playground is concerned, Pobelter is a very adaptable AP carry. He got targeted, banned the Anivia, but he can play just about anyone. He's a really, really exceptional player. He's one of those. He's just a kid that's like a prodigy. You know, he can just do whatever the heck he wants. Light Sludge on Ezreal is, I believe I've heard Light Sludge is Teddy RO, which is a high elo solo.
Well, let's take a look at the profile just to see what the deal is. 20. That's
a lot of games.
That's a lot of elo.
That's a lot of games played too. Wow.
Almost breaking to 2,800.
If you go to his match history, what is he?
I would love to look at his match history right now.
Ezreal, a lot of Ezreal.
A lot of Ezreal, a lot of Malphite.
But defeats, a lot of defeats as well.
Yeah, but let's see, look at the stats real quick while we're here though. A lot of games on Vayne. So
check out his Ezreal stats. What do they look like?
That's 60%.
Okay.
That's huge. Well, basically, if you look at a stat on anyone's like champ list here, if it's a percentage, over 55%, you need to look out. You really need to look out because if you can just breaking even with a champ is a chore in and of itself. To just break even winning games, period, in any esport, anything is rough. A lot of pros, especially like in StarCraft, like you're considered pro if you have like a 55% win rate.
Really?
That's it. It's because you're playing so many matches. There's a lot of what do they call it in poker? I can't remember the.
I feel like I know what you're talking about.
Oh yeah, you know what I mean. Like you the more you play. Alpha, that term will come to me later. I'm just drawing a blank right here.
I feel like Nick Allen's gonna come by.
Yeah, I feel Nick Allen's gonna be coming by.
Idiot.
He's gonna be coming by with the pizza for dinner, and just like, oh, you're
he's
distracting
gonna eat
me
it
even
right
more.
in front of the booth.
But yeah, it's kind of you have a champion with that many wins on your account. You realize like, okay, yeah, that is an absolute threat. You have an absolute threat. Here's the thing. Here's the one thing though that concerns me for Meat Playground though. They picked the Amumu into the Shyvana. Now Amumu, that is a bit of a problem. Nick, get out of the window. Get out of the window with that pizza in your hand.
You jerk.
I will strangle you to have some dinner. That'll come.
We kind of egged him on.
We did egg him on. We expected that.
But what I believe you're going for is saying that Mumu is kind of a weakish jungler.
He is. He's really reliant on his farm early. Needs the blue buff so incredibly badly, and now you have Shyvana, quite possibly the strongest counter jungler in the game. It's just a bad spot to be in.
You see Saint running exhaust and not Flash as well.
Right.
So he is out for blood. He is looking for a counter jungle. He sees that Mumu and he wants Mummy for lunch. There's Mummy on the menu, and this dragon is going to get fed. We'll see exactly what happens here.
Oh yeah.
Shyvana, Corki, Vladimir, Orianna, Nunu versus Morgana, Ezreal, Rumble, Blitzcrank, and Mumu. That's not going to get confusing at all. Mumu and Nunu. This is going to be Curse versus Meat Playground.
There
Game
you go.
1.
Pobelt, a.k.a. Pobelter's team.
A.k.a. Pobelter's team. Game 1 coming up.
Who's still
a second.
He's still on good terms with Team Curse. Still going to be that sub for Summer Arena. So it's going to be good to also it's good to see like the kind of like the reunite just a little bit to have a little bit
cute.
of it'll be cute.
Yeah. It'll be, it's like old times.
Yeah.
It'll be perfect for everyone to go, remember when Pobelter was on the team? It was beautiful. I like that sad robot movement.
Yeah, he is doing a sad robot. No, the worst thing, because I hated that nerf. I want that global laugh. The global laugh, man.
Should have just been part of the skit.
It should have been. I mean, he's dial on in into your computer. It's like, it makes sense. It makes sense that you just be able to hear from anywhere. Man, and so we got, and Orianna, been talking about it a little bit before you loaded on in, had a lot of tweaks recently too that just really just expanded upon everything on the kit. Yeah.
There's a lot of quality of life tweaks. Like now, she has her command attack, which is her Q that moves the ball around.
Yep.
And then she has her command Dissonance, which does a little AoE around the ball that either speeds up your allies or slows down your enemies, as well as dealing damage. One of the quality of life changes that they made was that it happens. It's more responsive now. You know, before you could Q to an area and mash W as much as you wanted, but there was like a set delay on the command Dissonance before it would actually happen. Now, like as soon as your ball hits that spot, you can Dissonance all you want. You know, so it's really just more responsive. It's faster, and it's kind of brought her back up into high level play, as we've seen Jackie, I think, played her very effectively. We've seen a few highlights of Curse where she actually likes to put her shield on Shyvana. Shyvana will ult into the team, start burning out, and then have an Orianna ultimate bring everyone into the middle.
Well,
and it's been absolutely awesome.
Well, it's a good replacement too if you just happen to not have a Malphite on your team as well, because with the Dragon form you're going to be bouncing right into the middle of the enemy team, and you want to be setting that up. You want that set up on someone who's going to be right there in the middle of all this chaos to go ahead and try and turn those team fights. And even on that note too, there's a little bit of a tweak done on there as well, because the range is now. Orb range is just a little bit bigger than it used to be, and so often, as we've seen it on stream here as well, you'd have the orb on someone, they'd move too far out, they'd return the orb, and then you throw down the ult, and all of a sudden,
it's on you.
It's on you.
Yeah. Whoops.
Too bad.
That's the most important thing that Orianna players do have to be aware of. But it looks like we may have some invasion coming on here from Meat Playground, but no, Curse looks like they're kind of backing up. Oh, they're just going to kind of pass by each other, it looks like.
They're looking for the defend. I will say, though, there's one thing that's always bothered me about Orianna, though. If you look at her idle animation, she's winding herself back up.
It's creepy.
It's perpetual energy is what it is.
Nice.
It's just kind of like, so that's the future. We just, you make
a robot that
you make
winds
a machine that generates its own energy. This is kind of like, a nice little conundrum there. It's like, well, how'd you get started in the first place? Like, well,
don't worry about it.
You don't worry about it. You wind it up yourself, and then you just set it, and then it just lives forever.
Now, Meat Playground just meandering around the enemy jungle right now, but Curse looks like they're going to start blue buff here with the Wolves. Not the most common start for Shyvana, unless actually she's going to do a smiteless pull on blue and then go immediately to counter jungling this Mumu. But in the meantime, actually Mumu on the aggression, counter jungling the Shyvana, going to go ahead and take down this red buff from Shyvana.
A lot of help, some of his friends though, but there you go, Curse are going to turn down the... Oh, there you go. Elements and Cop, they were going for their golems, but they see that, we're being invaded. Let's take a little quick side trip, but unfortunately they are not able to go ahead and dissuade the Amumu. He does grab the red buff. Now going on over to secure the blue safely and easy.
Yeah, and now it looks like Saint is going to move up into the double golems, or the red buff rather of Mumu. So he's like, you're taking mine, I will take yours.
Yeah, get the blue, get the
right
double
back.
for both junglers there. Best possible situation that can happen in something like this.
Yes, indeed. Mumu working down his own blue buff right now. There is a ward for actually look, Westrice is actually helping Saint take down that red buff. So nice little friendly help right there.
Might as well.
Maybe see an early gank. No, looks like Saint is just going to take this opportunity to go back. But there is a ward on Meat Playground's own Wraith. So they were expecting Shyvana to come, but she actually went through the top tri-brush. So they had no vision of her. So I don't think they're aware whatsoever of her actually taking Mumu's red buff.
Yep, so he's going to start on the Wraiths and then eventually make his way up and realize, oh man, I'm missing out big time. But here's the thing too. So both of the red timers for both teams, they're a little bit effed up here because both teams
haven't
decide to leave. They haven't cleared it yet. So, but that could actually work out for an advantage of both teams. Meat Playground doesn't know when Curse's red's coming back up, and vice versa. So it makes the invade possibilities on subsequent reds a little bit less likely. However, there is the possibility for the blue takes though. Those timers are pretty solid at the moment. Mumu is top. Looking for the gank, waiting for the bandage, but I don't think Westrice is actually going to fall for it. There you go. There's the bandage toss, forcing the pool. but there you go. Just a little bit of harass there.
Great job by Westrice, kind of anticipating that gank. He did take Sanguine Pool at level 2. Sometimes you see Vladimir's go Transfusion, Tides of Blood Transfusion, and waiting to get Sanguine Pool at 4.
Yeah.
But he was expecting the early aggression, expecting the early gank, and takes Sanguine Pool at level 2 instead, and that got him out of there scot-free.
And
Here comes St. Vicious up here for the gank on
Vicious.
X-Hazard. The burnout will increase his move speed. The exhaust and ignite will go down. X-Hazard will surely go down here. The flash, but the counter flash and Sanguine Pool, the scrap shield barely taking out. And that is going to be it for X-Hazard. He goes down. First blood for Shyvana right there. And that's why you want to run exhaust on Shyvana, 100%.
Yep, and if you got to shut down Rumble, you got to do it early. Nick Inc. going real quick down to Night Jackie. The field going to keep that slow up. Pobelter's not going to be getting any more of that. But still, though, it is a gank dissuaded. But Night Jackie got really low off of that engage. He's going to have to play defensively just for a little bit. But you'll also see Nick, he's getting really aggressive, going the long way down. That Tri-Brush is warded. He could be in a very difficult spot in the moment. Elements, he was out looking to place a ward or something, but he's going to have to be forced to go the long way back around or, face the bandage toss coming in from Amumu. So that's going to keep him out of lane just for a little bit.
Yeah, and you'll see Jackie. Jackie is so effective at farming. It's like disgusting. It really is. 36 CS right now.
I've talked with a little bit with the team. It's kind of like he just zones in.
Yeah.
He tunnel visions in on farming, sometimes
He's
almost
an
to a
Asian gold
fault.
farmer.
But from what I understand, sometimes it can be that way to a fault. But
Most definitely.
a little bit. But
Actually, here comes Shyvana in for a gank around the back of Blitz and Ezreal. Does decide to
Vision?
overdrive
Yeah.
it. They are pinging him right now. The
oh,
pool just misses him.
almost.
Just grazes his cheek pretty much. Just saying,
Almost.
hi, how you doing? I
Yep,
just want to touch you a little bit,
just a little bit.
but not pull you back.
If you tuned in yesterday, if you tuned in last night, you caught the whole conversation with Darius and Blitz and butt grabs. It's not not the most pleasant conversation, but quite entertaining. But those VODs will hopefully be up if not tonight, tomorrow. So do go and check that. Nice Pobelter there with the flash and the ult down on a Westray. Stun does finish for the ult. The Tormented Soil and the Ignite going to be more than enough to finish off that one.
Jackie was a little ignorant that time.
Yeah.
I don't know why he didn't kind of follow that Morgana over there, knowing that Vladimir came down, took the race of Mumu.
Yeah.
I feel like Jackie should have been a little bit more responsive. It could be a problem. Since as I said before, Westrice is actually not in the apartment right now. He's the only one not in the apartment, so maybe a little communication error right there. Maybe not as talkative as they need to be.
And also, while Vlad's not in top lane,
Look at all that farm.
Look at all that farm for Rumble. Look at all that free damage onto the tower. And as you realize, when St. Vicious gets those flames down on Nick Inc., his head's on fire, so it looks like he's the best headbanger in the world. St. Vicious is taking a lot of damage, though, from that engage.
It's all about those tiers. That despair
It
is
is.
taking a percentage base of health around the Mumu.
And he's getting the general medals.
He is.
He's getting those Doran's rings there to build up, to get that damage, to get the mana regen and the health. Be a little bit more tanky, do a little bit more damage when he does go in for those engagements.
That's become very popular.
I do it. I used to do it. I don't do it anymore because I personally feel that's a little bit of a risk to me, because if you're not capitalizing on those kills, because there is a lot of support in a Mumu. He's there for engagements, the wonderful CC on his ult, but if he's not getting those ganks, if he's not getting kills, and he's stacking those if he's stacking those rings, he can fall behind very quickly. I usually just play it safe. I usually just get I get the GP10s because I want to play it safe because I'm a wuss, but that's another point.
And Nick Inc. obviously
he's going baller.
He doesn't care. He's going ham right now.
He is going ham.
That's exactly what he's doing. He bandage tosses over the wall to the blue buff. Going to donate that one to Morgana. The blue buff of Curse not quite up, able to donate to Orianna just yet. It looks like Ezreal is going to ultimate that bot lane and go back, use some of that gold that he's amassed, pick up, I'm sure, a few Dorans, maybe a Vamp Scepter, maybe, depending on how much gold he has, maybe a Phage. I know we see a lot of early Phages. Oh, Dorans.
There's a one.
Double.
There's two. There you go. Two-pack.
And Zerker's Greaves.
Nice. Very well done. So
And a Vamp Scepter.
And a Vamp Scepter. He's got tons of money there. That's
Corky
plenty.
actually goes back, goes boots 2, and actually goes straight for Phage and a Doran's Blade.
Oh, yeah, because here's the thing, though, because Blitz, he's great for engagements, but he can't really help you out a whole lot if you're being engaged upon it. You just give one uppercut, and that's about it. If the slow procs on the phage, that could be tons of damage going down on the light sledge right now. And in addition to the fact that you already have an additional slow on Nunu twice over once he hits 5. Once he hits not once he hits 5. Once he hits 6, dummy.
Yeah, and right, you just saw one of Jackie's secrets is that he loves taking wraiths and he loves taking wolves.
Yes.
You just saw Pobelter actually go over and try to take Jackie's wraiths. Jackie responded in kind and went and took his own race and was like, "No,
Nah.
you're trying to Asian outfarm me. I do not think so." So we've
There's
got the
the
battle
grab.
of the Asian gold farmers.
Element's going to be grabbed right there by Erwin Moose. This is trying to make it back through. The Ezreal ult not going to go ahead and connect, but still the kill will happen anyway. Blitz being caught out. St. Vicious is here in dragon form. Exhaust going down onto the Ezreal, but will he make it out alive? I don't think so. St. Vicious with a quick double kill right there for the counter gank. Beautifully done.
Yeah, and it's interesting that started kind of on an out-of-position elements. He
Yes,
was
it did.
definitely in that tri-brush, got pulled at a very inopportune time. But, you know, thankfully, Sate was there and Cop was there to clean up, get a double kill, 2-for-1 exchange, and there you go. It's always good to see a bad engage turn good for a team.
Yeah,
you know?
it's a happy mistakes.
It's happy mistake.
It's a happy mistake. It's like I was out of position, but we got 2
but
kills
it's
for
okay.
their 1. But it's okay. It's okay.
okay.
We got the orange. It's okay.
Indeed. Westrice is up top farming against this Rumble. 62 CS on the Rumble to 56 CS of Vladimir. He has the Null Magic Mantle, going to build those into Merc Treads more than likely. He's got the Revolver underneath his belt. Actually, identical build from the Rumble. He's got the Null Magic boots and Hextech Revolver,
But
so we'll see.
+1 ward, though. So ward's also going down from both top laners there. You're going to be pretty safe. And Erwin Boo's not going to be grabbing anything off of that except for just a lone minion. That bush is also still warded, though, Elements with the snowball to remind him. Westrice getting a little bit of damage on X-Hazard while he can. Because here's the thing, Rumble, it's past level 4, and this is the point where he can be definitely threatening because you have the Revolver, you have the Spell Vamp. That could definitely hurt if you're in the wrong spot at the wrong time.
Yeah, and the Jackie just going ahead and warding his own race, going to be wary of Mumu trying to steal them or Pobelter on Morgana trying to steal them as well.
Right.
The pink ward from Erwin Booz does go in that brush, but no wards to be spotted just yet. Elements holding on to no wards. He actually doesn't have any wards. He has the early Philo Stone, though, which is always a good thing. Maybe not early so much as just before Blitzcrank. That's all he needs to know.
Nick Inc. getting in position there, but from the previous data given before from that snowball from Elements, hopefully Meat Playground remembers that far bush is also warded. So Nick, he's just biding his time, waiting for his opportunity, waiting for Curse to come on back in the lane. But Erwin Boo's going to go right there. He's like, confirm, yes, still warded. But there you go. Meanwhile, top lane, you do have X-Hazard. He's a little bit wary. There you go, St. Vicious with the ult on in, flash away. There's the Orion ult to keep X-Hazard in the mix. Rumble ult getting all 3 members of Curse. They are slowed. They are taking the damage. They are going to have to back off. In the meantime, though, Amumu does reveal himself in bot lane. Grab, not getting anything off of that one. The lane will push. Will they continue to pressure this? They may very well. But with a 2-to-1 advantage here, top lane, Vicious and Westrice, they will go ahead and get a little bit extra damage on that turret. But Meat Playground right now engaging on the Dragon. Morgana's coming down also.
Yeah, that was a brilliant presence of mind from X-Hazard. He didn't have any wards there, but he just knew something was afoot.
There's the ult from Vlad also going down on him as well. Ult finishes. Can he finish off on the damage? No,
Scrap
unfortunately
shield.
not. But that is a Dragon right now for Meat Playground.
Scrap shield a little bit too strong there.
Pretty good.
Transfuse not able to get through that damage. But again, X-Hazard had no wards. He had no vision of Orianna and Shyvana coming up there. But he just knew. He was like, something's not right here.
Yeah.
And he started backing off that tower, and he was able to get out of there with his life. In the meantime, his team did take a Dragon at around the 12:30 mark, 12:40 or so. So we'll see that come back at about 19 minutes. In just a little bit. But
6 minutes for that Dragon, 5 minutes for the buffs, 7 minutes for the Baron. So
the Barons.
For the Barons, I've heard from a lot of players now. I've saw this on Reddit too. Like people are actually now getting those timers now, just trying to time everything out. But it's I just want to make sure I have a good inkling, a good notion of myself. I want to develop that natural feel for it. That's just me, though.
I remember I had an old friend of mine was a fantastic programmer, and he actually wrote a JavaScript to that I could have on a second monitor, and I could hit the F keys or something, and just like mark each buff and mark each camp and stuff like that as I jungled.
Neat.
It was a pretty useful tool, but I feel like that's probably not allowed.
Yeah,
in LAN events and competitive.
Probably
I wouldn't
not.
think so.
I would hope not.
So developing that natural timer is like really, really important. And a lot of top junglers, of course, have that built in. I'm sure Saint could tell you buffs.
Pretty sure
on the top of his head.
There you go. The pull going down on the cop. Nicely timed, but Valkyrie away will actually get him to pretty much exactly where he was pre-grab. Saint Vicious, though, is here with an Oracles to clear out the Tri-Brush. Those ganks on the comeback around will be that much more stronger. X-Hazard getting some harpoons down, wants to keep the heat up in case he needs to overheat and get on out of there, get a little bit of extra damage. But also, meanwhile, Nick Inc. being pushed back. Nice in response. Nijaki being frozen under the tower. Morgana with the ult. Unfortunately, not going to be getting anything off of that one in the mid. And Nijaki will go back to safety. X-Hazard just throwing off the flame spitter. Wants to be a little bit annoying. Wants to just, put the warning out there to Westrice, like, you ain't going to be coming near this anytime soon.
Mm-hmm. And, X-Hazard is a little bit overextended. His lane is pushed up near Westrice's tower. He doesn't have a tower of his own.
No.
So he's a little bit scared. So it looks like he's just going to farm up the golems, let Vladimir, let Westrice push up just a little bit more. That's kind of a good time sink for you to do. If your lane is pushed up really far and you're on the red team, just go ahead and do the double golems. It'll give time for the enemy lane to push towards your tower and give you a little bit more breathing room. And you get 2 CS in the meantime. So why the heck not? Very, very good play by X-Hazard right there to keep himself in the lane and keep himself safe as well. And
it's just a matter of, will Westrice continue the push, and will he continue to go on unchecked? Because if not, and if X-Hazard is continuously losing the lane to all this pressure, that could eventually mean a tier 2 down, and then also equals a very fed Vlad, which is a very bad thing to go up against if you've ever seen it. Just all that AP, all that sustain, and it looks like he's going for a little bit. He does have the Sork boots. Westrice, he also has the Kindle gem.
Soul Shroud, probably.
Yeah, Soul Shroud going to go ahead for a little bit extra cooldown reduction and the healing increase as well. So a nice little mix. I mean, sometimes you'll see the cooldown boots going down onto Vlad. Sometimes well, it's a very common build. But X-Hazard going to be part of that ult. A little bit extra damage, and there you go. There's Westrice connecting with the rest of that damage. Scrap Shield cannot save you from that pressure.
Yeah, kind of unfortunate there for X-Hazard, but what can you do? The Tides of Blood transfusion was able to pick up. Actually, Mumu going around the back of Westrice could be looking for a kill up there. Will he have enough damage?
He's a little bit, but it looks like he's going to be getting it juked. Bandage toss. Can you make it happen? No, he will not. A little bit of a juke. Grab under tower. Cop is going to be uppercut right below there. Ezreal ult going to be getting nearly everybody, but this is a 3-man gank down a bot lane. Elements with a nicely timed ult. Blitz does go down, and so does the Ezreal. Very, very well coordinated coming from Curse.
That's what they love. They love the new Orianna Shyvana combo. It's like their new flavor of the month. Their new favorite thing.
You're leaving this Blizzard? I don't think so.
Yeah, you're staying right there. The Blizzard doesn't do, if you're not building AP Mumu, doesn't do a whole lot of damage per se.
Yeah.
But the AoE slow and keeping you in there and staying in the fires of burnout, is still pretty huge.
Well, what? Even then, the level 1, the full proc does 625 magic damage. For someone that builds no damage, if you can manage to get that entire thing, that's ridiculous.
I mean, if you even go look at, I wonder how much life Ezreal has right now.
I
bet he has like 14, 15.
13.
13. That's pretty much half of his health, assuming he stays in there.
Right.
And, Orianna's going to make sure he stays in there. That's exactly what the combo they're looking for.
Yep.
And we just showed it. They just showed it in full. It
worked out wonderfully. It was a very beautiful thing. Erwin Boo's down up and trying to get some farm on his own, and Westrice, he's being chased the long way around. You got 3 members of the Meeple here, and now 4 looking to chase him all the way around. He's going to run into Light Sludge here, but a little bit of damage. Nice juke flash over the wall. Masterfully done, but he's not out of the woods yet. Literally and figuratively. There is the ult coming from Rumble, the bind coming from Morgana, but here's the rest of Curse looking to help their buddy in the pool of blood. Orianna will keep it, everybody still. NK Inc. He does still have the ult up as well. Nijaki going to be going down. Shut down on the St. Vicious. You know what? West Race kind of brought everyone
Yeah.
to their doom on that one, actually. He's a little bit far out of position. Elements and Cop are also still being threatened here. Nice juke on the bind, but Elements is still in a lot of trouble here. The pull will continue and confirm that kill.
Guess what
Cop
just came
on his
up?
own, and
Dragon.
there's a dragon right there.
Perfect timing.
Perfect timing. Wonderful coordination coming from Me Playground, but then again, West Rice, you did get caught, and actually that really took 3 of your teammates down with you.
Yeah, that was really, really unfortunate for Curse right there. They probably should have just let West Rice fall, count their losses,
Yeah.
and get on out of there.
Sometimes you gotta.
Yeah, that will pull the, if I'm
gold's
not
even.
mistaken, Me Playground has had 2 dragons so far.
Yes.
But look at the gold difference, only 500. So, Curse doing a really good job at farming. Nia Jackie's coming to play, 160 farm. Corky, 168 farm.
Good job
Ezreal,
pressuring down.
155.
Good job pressuring down towers.
Exactly.
Also as well.
Curse has just been everywhere, but they were just in the wrong place at the wrong time in that last engage. They tried to save West Rice, but it was 4-0, and they lost a dragon over it, and they lost 4 people. Not a good thing.
No, it's not. And that dragon also equals about 2 champs as well. So it's essentially,
an ace.
An ace plus 1
Yeah.
even. And sometimes it does happen. There you go. Pole Belter and everyone looking to everyone from Me Playground's actually nice, doing pretty well gathering up to mid, with the exception of course of X Hazard, who's still top lane, looking to get his farm on, looking to try and just edge out West Rice if he can, just sheerly on farm. The lane is definitely pushing enough, and he's got to be there to defend that tier 2. But the Rumble ult is such a huge factor in a lot of these team fights. There's a lot of AoE damage. A lot of AoE damage here on Me Playground. If they get one thing, they get everything else.
Yeah. They get the follow-up Equalizer. If they get a Soul Shackles, they get the follow-up Curse the Sad Mummy, or vice versa on all of those things.
Yeah.
And we just saw in that chase of West Rice, did you see how long range that Equalizer was?
Yes.
With that vector targeting, Equalizer
it's ridiculous.
is so long. Cop actually with an aggressive Valkyrie trying to chase down that Moo here.
And
Will they
he's
be able
got
to
the
connect?
oracles too. That thing looks pretty tasty right now. But again, stays in the tri-bush trying to bait something out. There you go. There's a curse coming on down, but will actually die. The Equalizer coming down from Rumble, trying to make something happen here. St. Fish is caught in the middle of it. May actually go down here. Poe Belter does go down. So right now it is a 3-4-3. It is still even fight. Double kill coming in. Cop can clean up here. X Hazard go down. Quadra kill coming in for Ezreal. But there you go. X Hazard will be the last Yordle standing,
The lone
unfortunately.
survivor.
That was a huge opportunity coming in right there for actually both ADs. Quadra and a triple, respectively. That is nuts.
Yeah, just showing the strength of an AD carry as it comes in. We're kind of transitioning from mid game to late game slowly but surely, and AD carries shine in that respect.
Yeah.
Especially when they have almost 200 farm, 5-3 and 5 Ezreal, 3-1 and 4 Corky. He's got a Trinity Force. Ezreal actually decides to go for the Infinity Edge Zeal build. I don't know if he'll be getting a P-Dancer or whether he'll be finishing a Trinity Force. I feel like it may be a tad too late for a Trinity Force. I feel like a Trinity Force is kind of a early or nothing kind of a
Yeah, it is, but the things to remember, one of the things where Ezreal shines is a lot of burst. So I think it's still an opportunity. It's still an absolute possibility, but he's not, and that's the one thing we were talking about Ezreal yesterday with Baron. And a lot of people forget, it's like, oh yeah, he can auto-attack too. That's what ADs usually do, to actually just stick around and auto-attack. And yeah, it'll definitely help out in that regards as well. And I'm also thinking, you have Blitzcrank here. You have Erwin Booz buying up the Oracles because NK Inc., he actually lost his Oracles in that last team fight. And granted, yeah, it was a 5-for-4. Sometimes, in situations like that, if you lose in Oracles, that's almost like getting another champ killed. Because that's a 400 gold investment just gone.
Because it's not like a direct thing that you get to put in your pocket like a champion kill, but that enemy player is out 400 gold.
Right.
Which is huge. It's almost like them losing a champion kill almost. Like
And
it's interesting.
And now you see him now transitioning. Nick Inc. is going now into the GP10, started out with the rings, now transitioning over into Heart of Gold, into the Kage's lucky pick for a little bit extra damage on his stuff as well. So you see a lot of support junglers, they go for the GP10s for the first thing, but the later they buy it, the later they're going to get the maximum return on their investment.
And it's already made him, I believe that Cage's pick had made him about 300 or so gold. The Heart of Gold, I'm sure, is around the same
It's 100,
189,
189, 300.
325.
So bought the pick first, actually.
Interestingly enough, Jackie looks like he decided to go Chalice of Harmony, I believe.
Yeah.
And Lazy Large Rod. So he's delayed his Rabadon's Death Cap a little bit and instead decided to get a little bit of that extra mana regen and magic resist.
But there's a lot of magic damage, though.
While he's while laning against that Morgana. Yep. It looks like, oh, look at me, Playground, ready in this brush.
He's got the flash. He does get the ult down on 3 members of Curse, but there you go. Pellbelter with a quick meltdown onto Element's Light Sludge is playing the distance game, trying to be on the outskirts of that fight, but will go down. Saintfish is in the middle of everything is too. May go down here. There you go. Pellbelter on the outskirts. Will he be able to escape? Cop going down in the middle of everything as well. Jackie in full retreat. X-Hazard, can you capitalize here for the Flame Spitter? The Quadra kill coming in for Rumble and the ace. Amazing. Amazing play.
Basically saying, oh, you can get a Quadra kill, Ezreal?
I can go too.
Watch me do the same thing.
Yeah.
Anything you can do, I can do better.
Except go on roller coasters because he's a Yordle.
He is a Yordle. He's very short. Can't go on roller coasters. You must be this high to ride this roller coaster.
Hence, that's why he made the robot.
Of course. Can he go on a roller coaster with a robot? I'm sure.
I think that robot may as well be a roller coaster.
That
Come on, look at that thing. That thing's untamed.
So taking down the tier 2 turret right here, clearing some wards just for good measure. Irwin Booz and X-Hazard will go back with a bunch of... and now X-Hazard has a Quadra kill under his belt. Elements...
just Elements does find it. I thought a little bit more attention there from Meat Player, and they could have actually just scored just yet another kill on that one. But X-Hazard is so slow to the point where I don't think he can actually escape this. Scrap Shield going on up. Saintfish wants that kill. Shut down coming in from Cop.
And Dragon.
That negates a lot of actually what Meat Playground just really worked very hard to make. And of course manages to go ahead and secure the dragon. Then everything's once again back at neutral. But nice little fight over here at the blue. And Cop is going in. He wants us to engage. Nick Inc. is out in the back. Saintfish, and there you go. Cop will get the kill on the retreating Amumu there. And this is a dragon.
Yeah.
And now gold's going to be once again even, courtesy of an X-Hazard who's just a little bit inattentive.
Jackie just got his ultimate back, and so did Shyvana. Saintfish just got his ultimate back as well. And that is when Curse wants to fight. They don't want to fight without those 2 ultimates. Those are pretty much paramount to the entire team fighting capabilities that they have right now. So they will go and pick up that dragon. They're 2 kills behind. Morgana may find Saintfish here. Let's see what happens. Actually, Curse is pinging her. They know Morgana's there.
There's a ward right there in that side brush. Actually, finding her out now. Pellbelter. He needs to retreat. He needs to retreat fast. He got a Blitzcrank there for the support, and he also got Ezreal there for some moral support as well. So should be able to go ahead and get out to safety. Blue buff is that. Oh, you got the orb. Oriana got vision into bush. You know they're around. A lot of wards, lots of wards going down right here. And Baron is you're hitting you're around the 28th minute here. This is mid game territory. Baron is up for grabs. He's in there for play. The next team wins a team fight, they could very well be in a position to go ahead and grab that and go for a major push, possibly even getting Hibs.
Yes, indeed. Saint goes back, buys a Phage. He's going to be able to stick to targets, and because with the twin bite, he pretty much has almost 100% chance.
Pretty much.
To proc Phage, because Phage itself, I think, is a 30% chance or something like that. So statistically speaking, with a twin bite, he should almost always proc Phage.
Yeah.
Sometimes numbers can be against you, but whatever.
Yeah, it's a you played a gambling game, but it's pretty safe to say that nearly every time you're gonna get that slow, you're gonna get that opportunity. Cop seen recalling as well as West Rice right there over by the blue.
Very dangerous. Almost
very dangerous.
Got pulled.
Yeah, could have happened, but there's a lot of Meat Playground. They're sticking around the mid, but you also have Sludge pushing the top lane. You got X-Hazard shifting down to the bot lane to get some farm, and that's. A Rumble farmed is a very dangerous thing because all these items, itemizing very well to stay into team fights longer, to be tanking into team fights longer, and you have the AoE with a slow from the Rylai's could be a very bad thing. This could be a disastrous face check there, and a Mumu throwing down the ult as soon as possible, but will still melt elements right there with the new ult from the bush. Pellbelter is Zonia's, but it's not going to be helping a whole lot here. This could be a very even fight. Saintfish is going down next. in that fight. X-Hazard is still a huge threat here. The Rumble could clean up, already has the double kill, could potentially get more. Now Jackie being pursued. Ezreal auto attack will go ahead and finish that job. X-Hazard will be able to go ahead and get a triple, even make it a quadra, but the Ice Ball, no, double kill from Jackie. Nice.
I know for a fact right now, Jackie is saying, "You like that? You like that? Get on my back." Jackie
Someone
Carey.
confirm this on their streams
Trust
or
me.
the house cam. I want to see if that actually happened.
I can confirm that because that is what Jackie does say pretty much after he does plays like that. He say, "You like that? You like that?" And I know exactly what's going on right now. Jackie, excellent play right there.
Yes.
Beautiful thing about it is that he kited that Ezreal and Rumble really, really well, turned around, got a nice command attack dissonance, and then he shielded himself because once the ball passes back through a target when you use the shield, it does additional damage. Saw that Ezreal was in one auto attack range and just threw out a nice clockwork wind up and took him down. Excellent play by Jackie. He also only blew his ultimate that fight, interesting to note, on Morgana. He only killed Morgana with command shockwave. He didn't get the entirety of Meat Playground as he always wants to. So, that fight was looking really good for Meat Playground, actually, even though Mumu got caught. Mumu got caught, black shielded, used Curse of the Sad Mummy, and, that's pretty much all you expect Mumu to do. So it's not like he had a lot of utility after that. He did pretty much everything he needed. He caught 4 to 5 members of Curse in Curse of the Sad Mummy. But they weren't quite able to follow up on it. And some great plays by Jackie and also Cop with some great AD carrying went very far for them.
No, here's the thing though. From an Amumu who starts out a build playing very safe game GP10s, you would expect him to go ahead and get that ult in. But remember, he's building AP here. He's trying to stay in these fights. And granted that AoE he does, those tiers, that is nothing to shake a stick at. If he didn't get caught, if Meat Playground were actually the ones initiating on that fight, that could have been a very different story because that damage could have been huge. But fortunately enough for Curse, they managed to get the catch out first, minimize the damage. The longer Mumu's in the fight, the more damage you're going to take. But Curse, they feel they have an advantage here. Ward coverage has gone down. Meat Playground knows Baron has been started.
And this is going to be the fight to definitely decide Baron. Let's see what happens.
X-Hazard right there at the end. And NK Inc. barely gets what he wants, but then he pops the ult, goes down immediately. Pobelter in the middle of all this, not getting a whole lot of stuns or anything. Oriana keeping everyone still. Westray's getting a kill. Quick down onto Blitzcrank. More Zonias being popped. Even right now, it's a 2 for 2. Everyone's very low.
Yeah.
I heard a lot of Zonia's procs going on there.
Yeah.
You had Rumble's got one too. He knows he's being focused.
Yeah.
He knows he's being focused. It's a pretty good investment.
It definitely was. And again, Oriana ultimate, I think, only hit one person. I think it only hit Light Sludge. And they weren't able to capitalize on Ezreal's, being out of position. But, I mean, both fights, the last 2 fights, Mumu has exploded.
Yeah.
Mumu has absolutely exploded. And the great thing that X-Hazard did in that last fight, he used his equalizer to actually zone Cop really, really hard. As soon as that fight started, I saw equalizer just drape across the face of Cop, and Cop had to Valkyrie away back into near his blue buff, meaning he was separated from the entire fight. He wasn't able to do all the damage that he needs to. All the while, Light Sludge was in there just kind of papping away. It was only a 2 for 2 exchange, but still, great positioning of equalizer from X-Hazard.
Yep, and best part of all too is that that both teams were weak enough. Baron was not engaged upon. Dragon has spawned up, so right now Meat Playground trying to take their advantage. Pobelter in the bush, getting a stun down onto St. Vicious. No grab going to be happening from Blitz. Curse should be able to get out safely, albeit they're going to lose that Dragon. Gold still even. Still even. It's a 200 gold difference between these two teams on the 33rd minute. This is a very, very good, very evenly matched game we got here. And this is only game 1.
Yeah. If you wanted a nail biter, here you go.
You got it.
21 to 21 are the kills. It's like
It's
a
a
100
tower.
goal difference now. Right?
Yeah, it's a tower
Barely.
separating there. It's everything's just so incredibly close at the moment, and everyone's
Corky.
stepping on eggshells at the moment. One misstep from either team, it could mean an ace, it could mean a Baron. Last team fight got ridiculously even. It could have swayed either way, but still, it was a 3 for 3. Everyone was too low to go ahead and continue on. Oriana Orb right there, getting vision, and did he have They don't see them on the ridge. They don't see them right there. They don't see this ambush coming. Curse could be walking into a huge disaster here if they are not prepared. Saint Vicious, he wants the vision. He goes right over the ridge. Fortunately enough, there was no Blitzcrank grab there to capitalize on that.
That would have been a beautiful Orianna.
That would have been a beautiful Orianna ult and a beautiful Amumu ult, though, in response. But it's very careful. Everyone's very careful.
There are members on each team that have amazing, gigantic AoE engage ultimates.
It could be tricky. Whoever gets that first engage could really be the huge decider in this next fight. NK Inc., he's out in front, taking a little bit of damage. Shield from Morgana can only shield so much, and not physical damage, by the way. Saint Vicious out in front, looking to make something happen. Elements is there as well. Now Jackie down in the back, and there you go. That's the initiation. Saint Vicious, wonderful Orianna ult, keeping everybody still. Rumble ult along with the Amumu ult, keeping people still in the back. Elements trying to get a full proc. Pobelter with the Zonia shutdown from Rumble, going down onto Orianna. Nunu's down. Rumble is now down. Double kill. Ezreal looking to clean up, and there you go. That is a 2-for-3 advantage Meat Playground.
Wow, that was it was a great attempt. Orianna put the ball on Shyvana. She jumped in, ulted 2 to 3 members.
Wonderful.
But at the same time, Amumu bandage tossed into the back line of Curse. Got to curse the Sad Mummy. Rumble was back there too with Equalizer and Flame Spitter.
Yep.
Dealing a lot of damage. Took down Jackie so quickly. Elements went down just after that.
Yeah.
And then Cop tried to do everything he could, but 3-for-2 exchange. Advantage Meat Playground. Great fight by them. Great
fight.
counter.
Well, Westrice, though, may actually be caught here, walking back and forth in the bush. Oof. Nice catch by Meat Playground. Nice catch.
Yeah, Ezreal getting to that point where he is just so strong. You know, he also has a Quicksilver Sash to boot.
Nice.
So any CC that you're looking to hit on him, guess what? Not going to work.
Yeah. You know, trying to just... That's the thing, though. A lot of damage coming from Meat Playground is actually within Ezreal. But, fortunate enough, Rumble is very well fed. Great to Morgana does have damage, too, but a lot of it's burst. A lot of it's also there going to be for the CC, for those binds. But it's still amazing threats coming in from Meat Playground. But like we mentioned before, on Curse, there's a lot of damage in Orianna, a lot of damage in Vlad. You never underestimate Cop. Never, ever underestimate Cop. In those team fights, he can be a huge monster to deal with. It's so close. It is so ridiculously close. If there's just one team that just manages to get the perfect godlike initiation, that could just end the game. It could absolutely end the game right here.
Yep. And that's what both teams know. Both teams are extremely aware that one ace is going to be Inhibitor, one ace could be Baron, one ace could even be the game. We're now in the 36-minute mark. Death timers are going to be in like the 40-second mark.
When Westrice died, it was like a minute.
Yeah.
It was huge.
It's absolutely insane. So,
yeah.
Kill advantage from here on out is going to be paramount. No one wants to die. Everyone playing super cautiously. It's going to be the next mistake, I believe, is going to be the game.
That's just that's the thing, though. If you have neither team really making huge mistakes, this could just continue on and on and on until you have all members maxed out. And that's when you start getting, very dangerous, where it doesn't even matter sometimes if you just manage to get the ace. You can kill one member of the enemy team. That could very well mean a Baron in many instances, many cases. So you do have Meat Playground camping out in the bush. You have the Orianna Orb right out in front, playing the guard. You see X-Hazard looking, going back and forth, throwing those flames. Nick Inc., once again, playing the scout, being the brave face checker in these bushes. Because, if they get the engagement they want, Curse the Sad Mummy, right there, boom. Everyone still, that's a perfect engagement for the rest of the team. But there you go. You do have Curse looking to push up the mid. If they can't see him, you might as well just push away. And from behind, Meat Playground is looking for that ambush. They could get everything they want right here. Saint Vicious right out in front. Pobelter. You have the Amumu ult. The 9. Jackie going down immediately. This could be huge. Elements could be getting a lot off of that ult. Full proc going down. Westrice being sold out. Saint Vicious does go down in a duel against the Ezreal. Zonia is going down for Rumble. But there you go. Westrice going down. And the Elements looking to do what he can't. Cop from a distance, trying to get those kills. Triple kill for the Ezreal. One fight for Meat Playground. That was amazing.
Mm-hmm. Their lanes are being pushed pretty hard, actually. I don't know if they can really capitalize on this.
Right.
And they don't quite have the damage for a Baron attempt, so, we could just see another kind of stalemate again. No real advantage is being taken from either team. Right there, it was a beautiful engage by Meat Playground. They absolutely blew up Jackie. Jackie did he even ult? No, he didn't have a chance to ult, didn't flash, didn't ignite,
nothing.
Didn't do anything. And that's exactly what they want. They need to kill Orianna. Her command Shockwave is going to screw up your positioning. It's going to, tip the fight into their favor. But a great flash, Curse of the Sad Mummy, and Soul Shackles. Just, there was nothing she could do.
Yeah.
It was over.
Basically, if you take Jackie out of the fight, or even if you take Cop out of the fight, that's a really bad situation for Curse.
Curse doesn't have a lot of damage after that.
Yeah, but even here's the thing, though. You look at Meat Playground. If you take out Ezreal, if you take out Rumble, or you take out Morgana, that's one more huge damage dealer you need to deal with. And now you got Ezreal with a Guardian Angel. That's bad. That's a bad situation. That's a bad news bear situation right there. And I'm not even talking about Volibear. You got Ezreal with a GA. If he dies, he's coming back, and he's popping up on those elixirs as well. He's very close. Could be max. He's very close to maxing out that build. He's still got that lone Vamp Scepter, but like we were talking before, we will see what he builds with that. He might go for that. Bloodthirster just for that. The execution is calling. Might as well.
I think it's a little late for execution.
It's a little. But he might just do it for the finesse.
Maybe for the lols.
Might.
He could.
Because we're playing.
Because we're playing LoL, League of Legends, no big deal. Oh, this could be an engage right here.
Shockwave going down.
Will deter them actually, but now Meat Playground knows.
Yeah, that's one ult you don't have.
No Orianna ult.
No Orianna ult. No huge initiation. They can just do whatever they want. They can consider that a Baron right now. Meat Playground, will you go for it? They're trying to bait out the fight. They know the ward coverage is minimal. I don't think Curse knows that they're in the bush. I'm not quite fully certain. But Meat Playground, they are still in a pretty good position. There you go. Now they know. Pobelter sticking his nose out in front. Ward in the side brush also as well. Keeping Meat Playground informed. Already starting for it. Ward in the pit. Clearing that out real quick. This is very risky here, but while all this dissuasion is going on, you do have Curse looking to push up the mid. They're a little bit split here. If they get engaged on, it could be messy right down the middle, straight on through to the river. West Rice is not with the team. Bandage tossed down onto St. Vicious. There's a slow to try and keep NK from doing anything crazy. There's a Blitzcrank grab going on. There you go. West Rice now. He's on the other side of the team. He's on the longest run around to try and get to his bros.
He's on a marathon right now.
He's on a marathon. He needs to get with the team. And you know what? He should consider himself lucky that team fight didn't actually escalate to anything further.
Mm-hmm. Most definitely. And you see Rumble. He's got his Zanyas, and he has a Negatron cloak. Mumu also has a Negatron cloak.
Oh, yeah.
And then, Morgana has a Negatron cloak in the form of an Abyssal Scepter right now. So they know where the damage is coming from Jackie. So they're trying to mitigate that as much as possible. But still, Corki, 300 CS, 8, 3, and 8 right now. He is dealing a lot of damage too. They need to watch out from both of these players right now.
Yeah.
Very scary.
Yeah. And that's a big problem too with a lot of teams is that, when the late game comes in, sometimes you just get too damn tanky to deal with. And then again, you also have things like Baron buff, which could go down and make you even more resilient. There you go. The quick sneak. Shirelia's pop. Will anything happen here on the Curse? No, but the buff has been taken. And now Meat Playground in a huge commanding position to flash grab, not getting anything.
Look at
but
Jackie.
There you go. Where's Jackie? What's Jackie
He's
doing?
like on a ward, but it looks like Meat Playground is not going to care at all.
Yeah.
They're just going to go ahead, push down this middle
Might as
turret.
well. They got the advantage. Might as well just go ahead and take advantage. Nice wave actually finally pushing up here in top. They can take this tier 2 and push on the rest of the way. Really decent sized wave down bot as well. How healthy is that turret? It's relatively. But this tier 2 doesn't really stand a chance. Erwin staying on the other side of the forest, looking for an opportune grab if it presents itself. But this turret should go down pretty damn quick. There it goes.
Need 4 kills up now for Meat Playground. They're up about 5k gold. And they've got Baron. They're knocking at the tier 3 turret of top of Curse right now. And it looks like they're just going to go ahead and get it. I don't think Curse can do much about it. The engaged bandage toss from Nick Eek onto Jackie with the Curse of Sad Mummy. Locks St. Vicious down in the middle of the team. Weststride's trying to do as much as possible. The Absolute Zero will be channeled. I don't believe it hit anyone, though. It slowed them down just a little bit. A Mumu goes down. Cop is going to try to clean this up, trying to hit Pobelter with those long-range missiles. X-Hazard finally lays down the equalizer. but it was a little bit late. 2-for-1 exchange in the favor of Meat Playground, actually, right there. Great fight underneath the enemy turret, and now it looks like, oh, free inhibitor.
There
let's
it is.
Go ahead and take this.
Let's not leave. We got some unfinished business there. They take the inhibitor, and now they're just going to go ahead. GTFO out to safety, recall, possibly buy some more stuff, even heal up there. But the regen on the buff, though, is a pretty good thing. You don't want to shake. It's pretty significant. You don't want to shake a stick at it. And now look at all this tanky stuff right now.
Double Frozen Heart on the
There's double Frozen Heart right now on the team. Force of Nature, Warden's Mail, which is with the Heart of Gold, going to be going into a Random's Omen.
Corky just now picked up his last Whisper as well.
Wow. That needs to happen.
Big.
That needs to happen.
Yeah.
Absolutely needs to happen right now.
Oh, and a Warden's Mail on Blitzcrank. Cool. Guess what targets you don't want to attack?
Any of those some of your best initiators.
Yeah. You don't want to attack either of those guys.
No, you do not, unfortunately. Let's see, what else has everyone got?
Ezreal just picked up a Wriggles.
Yeah, he did.
That Vamp Scepter just turned into a Wriggles Lantern.
Yes, it did. Well, maybe Wards too, but just in case.
Well, it's not so much as the wards as I feel like Meat Playground feels the end of this game coming on. It knows that there's not much longer.
Yeah.
So like if you don't have enough for a BF sword, you already have a Vamp Scepter, you can't finish a Bloodthirster outright. Why the heck not? Just build a lifesteal item.
Yeah.
Build something that gives you a little bit of armor, a little bit of attack damage, and that's exactly where the Wriggles Lantern comes in.
And a little bit of a contingency plan too, because just in case they can't win the game on this Baron buff, you do still have a little bit of an added bonus here if the time is killed enough for Baron to respawn again. That's going to help immensely. And you may even get to the point with the lifesteal may actually be sufficient enough where he can two-man or even solo Baron if the game gets ridiculous enough.
Yeah, it could very well happen.
And he's glowing. He's got all the elixirs.
Yeah.
He's got everything.
And he got, interesting enough, he got Wriggles. There's only one Wriggles per team right now.
Right.
Normally, if an AD carry picks up a Wriggles this late, depending on the jungler, that's 2 Wriggles, that's a really quick Baron, that's a really quick Dragon, whatever. But, Mumu's not really one of those junglers that gets Wriggles.
Oh, no.
So it's good to just have one. Why the heck not?
You might as well. You got the money. It's late enough. Go ahead and grab it. And all this pressure coming down on the mid-tier 3 from Meat Playground could be enough. Light Sledge getting as much damage as poke as he can to try and chunk out the tower as efficiently as possible while you still have the buff. The buff itself is just about to go. There it goes. Baron going to be respawning at 49.05. The pull on the St. Vicious over the wall has to Dragon Form back over to safety. Cop does get caught out with the bind in the tormented soil. The wave is continuing to push. X-Hazard throwing out those waves. Another pull right there on the elements. Throwing on the absolute zero, but it's not going to be enough. There you go. A Mumu ult keeping everybody still. Westray's going to be soloed out as well. Blitz does go down, but it's fine. You got Ezreal cleaning up on everything right here. Now Jackie and Cop are the only ones left over. Light Sludge going there. Does get the triple, and there's the GA. He is still there. Ignite. Quadra kill for Light Sludge and the ace. That is going to be game, ladies and gentlemen.
Beautiful, beautiful right there.
Wow.
I thought maybe Curse could actually do something with that. Saint did get caught out of position. He got grabbed, forced to blow his ultimate back into his main base. But then Morgana actually blew Soul Shackles on only Cop, and Cop Valkyrie'd away.
Yeah.
So I thought, maybe they'll be able to do this without Soul Shackles. And they still were able to capitalize, win the game.
Wow.
Nice play. Light Sludge.
Doing work, man.
What's up?
17-5 and 16. Let's take a look at these stats, man, because that's just redonkulous.
A long game right there.
That's a lot. 17-5, 16, 20,000 gold.
What's up?
That's a lot.
That's a lot of gold.
That's a lot of gold.
That's a little bit of gold.
The
next closest member of Curse actually was about 4K gold away.
Yeah.
It was Cop with 15.2K gold. 20,000 gold. So huge right there.
It was pretty big. But you know what? That was game 1. That was game 1.
We still potentially have 2 more games.
We could very well go into a game 3 here. And remember, this is the first round of the IPL Elites. Everyone who loses in the first round immediately gets dropped down to the challengers. It'd be kind of awkward to see Curse down there. I'm not going to lie. It'd be kind of weird.
We'll be okay.
You'll be fine, but it's just going to be like, we'll be missing you guys for, a little while until the next second round of Elites come around. But we'll see if that happens. Going to go to a quick commercial, and we will see you in just a moment.